Nowadays we have wireless cameras.
Yeah.
Wireless cameras where you don't need to run cables for those people who have already built. So you can put wireless cameras like the solar camera, where it only need jua jua peke yake, and then you can use your camera.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You are sorted, and I believe this is interesting if you don't have to run cables all through our buildings, our spaces, and this has been influenced by the technological advancement when it comes to cameras like this, Mr. Joseph.
Yes, yes.
You can believe, take it or not, these are 360 degrees, and of course you'll come to explain to us about this. And of course we have, if you have power issues, this is a solar camera. So what you need to do and to understand is we have a vast variety of these gadgets, and of course what you need is what will influence the kind of gadgets that you're gonna have. Now, Mr. CEO, maybe you can tell us, when you talk about running cables, and now that has been sorted by wireless technology, you can tell us what involves security and surveillance. When you talk about, we've just mentioned about cameras, what else is involved in your area of operation?
Like for CCTV cameras, normal CCTV cameras like this one, you have...
And when you talk about them, I believe I have seen one here.
Yes.
Is it?
That goes for category of nanny cameras.
All right.
Yeah. So for CCTV cameras, we usually have the DVR.
Yeah.
DVR is where the recording is being done. Inside the DVR, we have a hard disk. You can put any capacity of hard disk depending on the months you want the information to be there.
Yes.
So there is like 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, up to 8 terabyte.
Yes.
There is even 10 terabyte. So that's involved for recording. And then we have now the cabling. The cable, we usually use Cat 6. And we can also use a cable called RG59, which has both power and signal. And then we have power supply. Power supply is for powering the cameras. And then we have cameras. So that is the whole system that flows. If you want to view on your phone, you can, if most of the people have internet in their houses, so we can install, there is an app we usually install in your phones, and then you can view on phone. You can play back, you can watch real time, you can play back even a recording of 2 months. Yes.
And of course someone will say, when you talk about cameras, that's one unit or one segment in a whole security system. Maybe let's look at it from the point of entrance. I'm at your gate or I'm around your fence. What do you do to make sure that you complement the cameras? Because I believe camera alone will not be enough to secure the whole thing.
We have something called a video door phone. A video door phone is a gadget where you install at your gate. Instead of coming and knocking or hooting in the gate, you can just press a button and then it rings at the house, and then you can talk directly with the person at the gate. Yes, and you can also see the person there. And there is also it can record there. You can also do that when you are at home. Kama seme uko kazini, if you want to see who is at the gate, akifinya ina ring kwa simu yako. Yes.
Thank you. I believe you're getting this right, because it's a whole systemized system whereby you can have right from the gate all the way to the time you're getting into the house. And of course, this technology allows you even to see the very person who is at the gate, at the entrance of whatever premises. And of course, Mr. CEO, tell us, maybe in a minute, tell us, do you do fencing and fencing equipment?
Yes, we do fencing. Fencing is very important to so many homes because of security issues. Watu kurukaruka kwa fence yako. Fencing has helped so many Kenyans in terms of, inaweza kupiga, wanasemanga inaweza kupiga shock ukijaribu kuruka kwa nini ya mtu. It's not like the old school. Even hata kama it's a cat or anything, inaweza pigwa tu shock alafu isiruke kwa.
So you complement these
Yes,
by making sure
very important for all those things to go together.
All right.
Yes.
And all that is found here.
Yes.
You do that on one roof. What you need to know and what you need to understand is that security is very key, because as much as we've been talking about how good you can make your houses, your offices, you know, your homes and every other development that you're gonna have, it is very important to look at the future and the security of that very development, because no need of investing so much and then you leave loopholes or you leave things that are probably not okay or not looked into. And of course, Bwana CEO, we shall be talking about the pros and cons, what the do's and the don'ts of what you've been doing, because I believe someone will say, you people who install get the secrets of where the cameras are, and of course you have the upper hand of getting back to the same places, and those are things that you must learn, or you have learned to overcome. We are going for a short break. By the time you're coming back, I believe we shall be talking much about things that you must do and you must not do when it comes to security systems, and of course where you can have these systems provided or supplied from, because at the REALTOR we say this is where we have all solutions pertaining real estate, and you are the beneficiary of this. Don't go far. We shall be right here after this break.
Pay our bills.
When I was growing up, water was a problem where I was born and bred. We wake up at 3 to go and look for water.
Magavana
must be ready to be a tough
woman
and not a woman to be walked over.
Kwa hivyo
But you respect people.
Dari ya mfahamu kiongozi story na historia na mi Elizabeth Muchuku.
Did you know that an elephant's trunk is actually a long nose? Elephants use it for smelling, breathing, trumpeting, drinking, and also for grabbing things, especially a potential meal.
And we continue with our discussion pertaining security issues. And today we are discussing what you can install to help you advance or understand your security in your spaces better. And I'm joined by one Mr. CEO, Bwana Joseph. Welcome back. And we continue from where we left it at. Maybe you can tell us the line of cameras that you have that pertain security. We had mentioned some, but maybe you can tell us now, oh, this is used at this particular time and in these specific spaces or places. Kindly.
Oh, asante sana. So this is a 360 camera.
Right.
This one mostly you can put it at home or in your offices.
Right.
If you have already built and you don't want to run cables, this one moves 360 and it has motion.
Okay.
So it can move with the with a person when he's in the house.
So it detects the motion.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
And then we have a discrete camera here. It's at a hidden camera. This one you can put it maybe if you want to spy on somebody,
Right.
if you want to spy on your nanny, if you want to spy on your neighbor, if you want to spy on any person, you can
Right.
put it maybe in your house at any corner. Yes. And then we have this one, we call it a fisheye camera. It has a fisheye eye in Honor 360.
Right.
This one you can put it at home. This is the best for bedrooms, sitting rooms, because it has audio. Unaweza sikiza your nanny akiongea kama anachuna mtoto ama the nanny is telling the
So unlike other cameras, this has got it has
audio.
voice,
Yes,
audio
yes.
detection.
Both ways. You can even communicate with the nanny when you are at
right.
your workplace.
Right.
So this one is best for sitting rooms.
And Bwana Sio, for the bedroom. Umesema bedroom pia?
Bedroom saa zingine nani anaingia huko anachukua nguo zako anavaa. Saa zingine it's very important akilete hata watu kwa bedroom yako ama it's very important for parents to hear what your nanny talks about you when you're not there.
Right.
It's very important for you to hear what your nanny is saying to your child
Very
when you're
important.
not there.
Sure.
Because you can come home and then usikie mtoto amesema word fulani, unashindwa
Where did they get this from?
yes,
Right.
it's not you, it's not school, and I learn to
Yes.
1-2 words from the nanny. It's very important for that.
Right.
And you can also communicate with the nanny and tell the nanny, please stop doing that when you're at home. It's
Okay.
not a must for you to call and use your credit. You can use the nanny to communicate to your...
It's an interesting one, and I leave that to ladies. You tell us whether we're going to install them in the bedrooms. You just decide. And of course, it's a fish eye.
Yes, it's a fisheye. It views 360.
As an expert and who have been in this field for a while, you can tell us, is it very important to let the nannies or the house managers understand their surveillance or not? Because some of us perceive it as well when we make it secret or leave it secret, it is to our advantage. What's your advice?
Very important to tell your nanny that there is a camera.
Right.
That she is being watched each and every time.
Yes.
It is we say prevention is better
Than cure.
Yes.
Sure.
It's very important for the nanny before akipiga mtoto anajua anaonekana. Before aibe kitu kwa nyumba anaonekana. Before atamke hizo words anasikika. It's very important to tell the nanny there is cameras here in the house, and each and every time I can view, I can record, I can play back. If there is something bad, kama umenipigia mtoto, I can take you to the police station
with evidence.
With evidence. It's very important to tell the nanny.
So mothers, it's very important for you know that you need to understand and of course to let go, because I would call it so. You just let go that fear and make them know that there is surveillance of they are being watched, and of course that will help you not really intimidate, but let them understand. It's just like you're in the same house with them. It is very important not again to make it a secret. Gone are the days when we did this, but as he is saying, and of course I believe you will believe with him, that it is very important for you to let them understand the surveillance. They are seen, they are watched at any given time, because that will prevent, according to a security expert. Now you talked about a solar one.
Yes.
Take us there.
A solar camera, it's like this one.
Sure.
It is wireless. It is a wireless solar camera.
It's here.
It has a SIM card slot.
Right.
You can buy your SIM card, put it here, and then put bundles. You can view it. It's very important to put it in mashambani. Most people who are buying, people who have
the farmers,
the farmers where their farms are very big and they cannot run wires or there is no power. You can power it using the solar.
All right. Let me have
Yes. So the most important thing about this, you can extend it. You can extend it up to...
Because the cable is like 30 centimeters or so.
Yes, so there is a cable you can extend with it, even 100 meters.
Right.
And then you can put it where you want it to be. Then you can view on your phone, you can move it, you can zoom.
Right.
Yes, and then it has a memory slot.
Yeah.
The memory slot, it's for recording.
For storage, eh?
Yes, and then you can play back in case of anything.
But suppose I don't want to have the playbacks, I can use it just for real time.
Yes, for real time. But it is very important to put a memory card because of recording, so that you can retrieve some information in case of anything.
Right.
So this one I can advise it for people who are doing constructions.
Yeah.
You know, most fundis wanakwanga chikichiki, they unapata wanaiba chuma, vitu zako hapo. It's very important for you to put it on when you're constructing.
Right.
Very important for farmers, very important for people who are huko mashambani hawana stima.
Sure.
Mtu wako huko Marsabit unataka kuona vitu zako and you are here in Nairobi, very important to put it.
And how is the vision? Maybe depending on the changes.
It's a 4 megapixel, has a 4 megapixel lens.
Right.
Yes.
And is it the same during the day or the night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So night vision, perfect.
Perfect kabisa.
Wow. And it is powered, don't forget, it's powered by using solar. I mean, it's a solar powered kind of a camera. And of course, these are some of the trends that you're talking about here, which were not there in days past. But today, we're talking of how you can have a CCTV surveillance without power, or without, not power, but electricity connectivity. You can use these solar. And of course, from the expert we told, if you are constructing today, you can have this installed, just even if it is temporary,
yes,
ahead of time. And of course, those people who are, because again we are shifting from electricity to solar. I think then it's the right time for the same.
Yes, this one works better for all those people who are not who don't want to put power, who don't have power.
Right.
Yeah.
People will tell us that we are used to Black Fridays and we know what happens. I want you to tell us the durability and of course the lifespan of some of these gadgets.
This one mostly for us, we give you a warranty of 1 year.
Right.
Durability, it's a metallic, it's waterproof, it's we call IP66, it's dust proof also.
Right.
So it can stay for almost 5 years. Yeah.
5 years,
5 years and above,
nothing. Because and why don't you give the warrant 5 years?
Because the manufacturer always give us 1 year, so we can't give you 5 years, and the manufacturer has given us 5.
But the guarantee is we can go up to 5
yes.
5 years without Now, there's something that we left. You mentioned before we went for the break, and that's the fencing. And of course, what types of fences are best for complementing what you're doing? Because we can do perimeter walls, we can do kayava, you know, we can do whatever fence that is there. But what do you advise that complements your services?
This one's, we have only one type of fencing.
Right.
We don't have so many types. For fencing, it's just simple, just wiring, HT wire. If it's at home, you have to complement it with something called, there is a barbed wire. There is another wire that we usually put it with it. Yes.
Yeah. And
if it's a forest, there is fencing for forest.
Yes.
If it's a large, very large farm, there is a fencing for a big farm.
If you allow me, Banasio, I want us to categorize these cameras into 3. One, we talk about offices, apartments, that is residential but commercial, and of course homes. You know, we talk about bungalows or mansions, apartments, and the offices. Tell us exactly what you would advise for person using this for office, homes, and apartments. And why that in the sense of, the perfection approach?
I will start with homes. For homes, the best for homes are these ones.
Right.
Because most people who live in Nairobi live in houses which are renting.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go and run wires in people's homes. Sure. Chimba mashimo. So these ones are the best.
So for apartments?
Yes. For offices, we have the normal CCTVs, which
Right.
are up here.
Okay.
CCTVs are very important because they have the storage for DVR and hard disk.
Right.
For recording for a longer time. And then for the third one, you told me for apartments.
Yes. No, apartments we done with this one. For homes, you know, for my permanent home.
Oh, your permanent home.
Right.
So for your permanent home, if you have already run some wire,
yeah.
it's important to put there. Before you start constructing, for me, I will advise, before you start constructing, you run wires you run wires the same way when you run wires for power, for gypsum, and for the cables of hizi za stima.
Yeah.
It's important to put the normal CCTV.
Right.
Because you want to have a video or recording which iko hapo recording which imekaa hapo for long.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because I believe you're complementing what security agencies are doing, and of course you're taking part in what the government is doing. Maybe you as a private venture, what would you want the government to do maybe to improve on security? What support or what compliment would you love from the government?
For the government, for me, I will supply taxes, importation of things to go down, clearing of goods in the pale kwa shipping lines ikue iende chini kidogo.
Right.
That is the most important for us. And then to talk to banks to lower the interest rates for banks, for young innovators like us, young businessmen like us, to get loans so that we can order more and more of cameras.
Bidders, goodbye, Bwana CEO.
Asante sana for coming. Nashukuru sana. At least I have educated so many Kenyans today through this platform. I hope mutakuja mununue, you promote us with the nane cameras so that we can secure this country, we can secure